Hey, how's it going? Dan Mayo here. This is RuMayoNation. Okay. So sick as a dog. Yeah, sorry about my absence. Sorry about my non-pod last week. It was unplanned. But who can plan a hangover? And I wasn't hungover. I don't get hangovers. Didn't get hangovers because I'm hard as fucking nails. And I don't drink anymore. So that's easily a good way of not getting hangovers. And you also don't drink enough. He drinks. Okay, we've been there before.
He says, do I not drink?
I think some sort of genetic predisposition to just not get them. But I wasn't hungover, but I did have a headache and the runs.
And I got a headache and the runs.
And do you know what? Genuinely, I do not think I have been that ill before in my life. I'm still not fully over it. Like, it's still real to me, damn it.
It's still real to me, damn it.
It's been like, I think it was like last Thursday, like, you know, next this, let's not go there. That's still Megan, man.
Megan.
The whole this weekend, next weekend, because the next weekend is this weekend, because this weekend is the next weekend. And I've spoke about this before, and the eyes are closing because it's important. I'm talking important. If you're in a queue in a shop and they say who's next, you don't just stand there and then when they look at you like, and then go, oh no, I'm not next, I'm this. You're next. Next. But yeah, Thursday, whenever the fuck. Like, not last, but one before. And I've still got like the brain fog. The gimmick of today is tap water, because otherwise I will shit myself. Like the diarrhea just won't go. It just won't leave. I don't know what. Like, okay, the latest relapse probably a bit my fault. Had a Pizza Hut, yeah. Had it last night, shouldn't have done, yeah. But my wife got a text saying, "Oh, we've got some new chicken recipe, and you're gonna see Wagwan. We'll have a look. Cast, we'll have a look.
We'll have a look. Of course we'll have a look.
And yeah, 5 a.m. I'm pissing out my ash again. But even before that, I've got the gimmick goblet, right? The big booty beeper.
Big booty.
Because of the like, do you know what I mean? You see that video? Fucking not Don Tedder sort of being whopper, but the one where like you go to pour the drink and then like it trickles down the cups and then they adjust and then they pour again, then it comes out like it should. Okay, so the gimmick goblet is just going to be there and it pulls focus anyway, and I get jealous of it. But yeah, like tap water only. The diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha. Diarrhea, cha-cha-cha.
Like, it never truly went away. I've made it worse. I've exacerbated it because of poor decisions and poor self-control. But it's never gone away still. Like, it's just... And there's only so much bland food you can eat. Do you know what I mean? Bitterman keeps being like, eat bland food. Like, yeah, I've done that since, like, fucking Nam. Just eating, like, plain toast and, like... Do you know what I mean? So eat bland food, fine, I'll get my wife to cook. But like, eat bland food. Okay, but there's a limit, man. You know, I need to taste something. I need to live. I need to be free. But yeah, it just won't go. And yeah, the brain fog. Like, I had a parcel dropped into my garden this morning. Like, because obviously, like, why would you go to the front door? And then I'm like, oh, this isn't right. It's a different Emily. And it said the door number. And I'm like, oh, that's like my neighbour. Like, so I'll just message him, hey, mate, open your front door real quick. Because, like, it's his wife's birthday today. So I was like, okay, it's probably like, you know. I said to him, I thought it'd be like something romantic. And he's like, what, for a moon pic? I'm like, yeah, what do you mean? What do you mean? How?
What do you mean? How?
You can get, like, flowers and chocolates and that from there. Like, you shouldn't. Because it's grossly overpriced. But anyway, not his door number. Also, his wife's name isn't Emily. Okay? But in my brain, I was like, oh, that's his wife, who is not called Emily. She's not even close. But my other neighbour is called Emily. And that's their door number. So it checks out. But in my brain, I'm like, oh, that'd be him. No, never been his door number. Fog, just fog, man.
Foggy Jew.
Bill and Ben have had their haircut. And now they've got the same haircut again. And they're like, oh, it's not the same. Well, it is. It's the same as every other child in the fucking school as well, because, and we'll get to it, but Bill had to weigh out some stuff for his food tech today, And then despite the arduous aneurysm-inducing incompetence, he then forgot to take one of the fucking things anyway. And then I've opened the front door to have a look.
Have a look.
To see if I can, like, see him. And every c***'s got the same fucking hairstyle. Short back and sides and, like, on the front. Do you mean on the front? And now they've both got it because Ben once had, like, longer hair, grew it out a little bit. And then Bill had, like, shorter hair, but his hair's so thick that, like, it just grows like a mushroom. But you could tell them apart. And now I'm back in the world where I'm having to go, like... And I've lived with them since they were 3. 3, respect.
3 for me and 2 for them. Respect, man.
I've lived with them since they were 3, and now I'm starting to like go, which one? Then like there'll be a bit of like a mouth movement that one of them makes. I'm like, okay, that's Bill. But like, it just it's fog, man, and they're not helping. But Jesus Christ, like. I've never known anything like it. Because with twins, man, they're weird because they're both exactly the same in many ways. But also, they're really, like, they're stupid in the same ways. Like, they make the same mistakes. Like, but weeks apart. So they're in separate classes because we wouldn't inflict that on teachers. And then one's kind of a bit further ahead in their food tech journey. Don't do journeys. And, like, so therefore, the other one's kind of doing, like, 2 weeks... back from what the last one was doing, and this time it's smoothies for Ben, right? And Bill did them 2 weeks ago, and they both fuck it up in the exact same way. Like Bill this morning, man, Jesus, he's filling up the milk flask, like because he needs 150 mils of milk, and then he goes to me, Dan, I'm like, yeah, what's up, man? He's like, this flask isn't big enough. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean? What do you mean? This flask isn't big enough. Like, Bill used it. Ben used it like 2 weeks ago and it was plenty. But then I remembered Ben tried to put the plunger into the flask and it all gushed out like something on the fucking set of brazzers because he had like just poured in an amount that he approximated to be 150 mil. Measure it. That's why we have scales. It's why they taught you how to use the scales at school and I've shown you how to use them here. But I'm like, what? Like, of course, how much do you need? He's like, 150 mils. I'm like, what? And you're saying that that flask there does not have the capacity to take 150 mils of liquid? And then he was like, oh, I think it's on ounces. Yeah, probably. But when does common sense kick in? Do you know what I mean? Because he would have filled that up. Like, he would have filled that up and then gone, well, that's nowhere near 150. Like, how much milk am I going to need to take? At that point, just take a cow. Do you know what I mean? Why does his brain not go like, oh, no, I must be getting this wrong. There can't be enough to take that much milk in. Like, I Googled it. It's like 150 ounces is like 4.5 litres of milk. Or if you want a real life example of that, the average amount of milk one of them will put in a bowl of cereal because fuck me. I had to have a chat with Ben this morning about that. Whichever one has the... Oh, they both do. Fucking, like, it's been an ongoing thing where it's like, mate, like, you don't need to have like a gallon of milk per bowl of cereal. And they kind of tapered it back a little bit, but it's just slipped back the other way, where they'll finish their cereal and then they've got about 1.5 pints of milk to drink. Like, I watched him, he finished, and then he's like... I had to do that like 3 times.
3.
And then when he came back again, there's still like a quarter of the milk left. I'm like, if you've got the world's tiniest gullet, or you have got enough milk in there to fucking keep a nursery from needing a fucking tit in the area. Do you know what I mean? A bit less, man. And to be fair to him, when he got to his 3rd amount of glugs, and I was like, right, just pause. The fact you've not finished, he kind of went, like he was drowning. It's ridiculous. But anyway, so he sets it to the right thing. Then he goes to me, is this right? And then he shows me the milk. And I was like, because this is saying 340 mils. And it's an amount of milk in there that can only be described as if you were to just spit some milk into the bottom. It was like, fuck all. And I was like, does that look like 350 mils of milk? Now, the fact that you need to take 150 because you're making a smoothie, and this is double that, and it's like that much, just 1 calorie, not even enough. Common sense, man. Why does that not kick in and go, nah, that can't be right? He's weighed the flask. So, right, come over. We put it on. We zero it because we don't want to weigh the flask, do we? And he's like, oh, no. Right, now pours in 150 mils-ish. I'm like, okay, fine, fuck it, take the draw. Fuck it. Then it's Greek yogurt time. I'm like, it's there, mate. Give it a bit of a stir, because you know it separates. It's like a bit of like, sort of water just sits on the top. And then I just get on with my morning. I'm feeding my daughter, And then he comes up to me about 2.5, 3 minutes later and goes, is this stirred enough? I'm like, mate, you've basically fucking whisked it at this point to like firm peaks. Yeah, it was just to stop the water being sat on top. I was like, yeah, like, and he's like, he fucking spoons some in, again, ish, but we'll take it because trying to see him put that back, like, no. Okay, the tongue would be so far out that like it would go dry, wouldn't be able to talk for a day, actually thinking about it, not the worst thing. As he does things. Then he goes to put it in his mouth to kind of like see off the excess, realises it don't taste that good. Then he's like, He goes to the sink, and I'm like, Jack Nicholson nodding. And then he stops and looks at the spoon, goes to the other side of the kitchen and goes to put it down on the counter by the microwave. What are you doing? What are you doing? No, you were right at the sink. And that answers the age-old question, right? Good question.
That's a good question.
They make beans on toast, right? They made egg and beans, or I don't know, they made something for dinner yesterday after football training. And I said to Em, like, I don't know how they conspire to always have like a smear of bean sauce across the counter. I don't know how they manage it. It goes from can to jug to microwave to plate. At what part in that process does it just... okay, so just quickly. All right, sorted. But that's the answer. It's like they just put things on the side that could just go in the sink. So they blatantly put the beans in the jug, microwave it, stir it with the spoon. But then each time they've done stirring it, rather than just holding the spoon or putting on like a little bit of kitchen roll or something, they obviously just go, just sort of smear that onto the counter and put it down again. Fucking, it's painful, man. It's painful. And then he has to weigh out the berries. And he's doing it like, short of basically picking up a little fucking knob bit of the bloody raspberry at a time. He's like putting one in. I'm like, mate, like, you know, come on, a few at a time. Does all that, and then he fucks off to school, forgets the flask of milk. I'm like, motherfucker, man.
Motherfucker!
So I open the door to try and see if I can flag him down. Nah, no chance. I'm looking for a kid with a short bag of sides and a floppy bit going on here, and a general gormless expression. Oh, you've just described 85% of secondary school students. Okay? But then he comes running back. And I know it's not because he's remembered. It's because he has a few mates that are like switched on that would have been letting him like, right, what we got then? Oh, have you got your milk? And he's like, yeah, definitely. Just going to go home quickly, just check the wallpaper and stuff. Fucking honestly, man. And I don't know what monstrosity's coming back, but I know there'll be black mold in a few weeks' time when he just stashes all the shit under his bed. Sure. Fucking man. But yeah. So, that was the start of the morning. Absolutely ridiculous. Food tech just ain't worth it, man. I've said to them as well, like, you need to give me 24 hours notice for ingredients. Because even if we have it in the cupboards and you're not taking it. Because honestly, I'm not a personal shopper. Like, you can't be like bothering me at like 8:15 in the morning and being like, oh, I need fucking ground up oxtail. Like, do I look like a grocer's, bruv? It's fucking bullshit, man. As I say, literally, Ben did the exact same thing. Like, he overfilled the flask and, like, again, it's almost impressive. So I did a video because Arsenal were looking at a player who's a twin brother of a player we've already got. And I'm like, he sounds like a really good player, but twins are well weird and annoying, so just something to consider. So if you're listening, Mikel, just be aware, twins are well weird and annoying. Oh, by the way, my TikTok, like, follow up because it's booming. Get in while the going's good. Get in at the ground level because it's soaring. And is it because of one of my clips from my hilarious podcast that I meticulously edit and, you know, think through and accompany with clips and, you know, sourcing out the niche references? Is it me making like a really profound point? Is it me, you know, tapping into some sort of higher stream of consciousness of hilarity or interest? No. I did a video yesterday about people parking in parent and child bays who don't have a child with them. And it's incredible that people could even argue with the fact that it is arsehole behaviour to do that. But I'll paint the picture for you. Like, 2 for 2 yesterday. I went to town because I needed to swap some shoes out because they didn't fit the boys. And I had to go to Morrison's on the way to collect something from my wife from the in-post locker. She sent me to collect it the day before, but sent me to the wrong one. Yeah. Okay? And I get there, and then again, someone parks up at the parent and child bay, gets out, goes round to the boot, gets out some bags, and then goes to walk into the shop. And it fucking bothers me, man. I didn't have my daughter with me, so I didn't park in one. I know it's a crazy idea, But I didn't have my child with me, therefore I don't need the extra space that they afford for you to safely get your small child out of the car. So I didn't use it. But it fucking bothers me when people do. And I challenge people who do it because people are arseholes and will continue to be for as long as they're allowed to be without being challenged and called up on it. So I was like, hey, you realise there's a parent and child parking bay, yeah? She was like, yeah. She went, I've got a child. I was like, oh, cool. Are they getting out then? She was like, yeah. And just sort of like laughed awkwardly and then walked in. I said, just do better. Like, you're selfish. Okay? And I think that's more than reasonable, right? Anyway, later on in the day, I go to do the food shop. This time, I've got my daughter with me. And I've done my shopping. I've put Libertine in the car. And I'm actually having to, like, awkwardly get in the car because this big fucking Porsche is parked in the parent-child bay, a bit on the piss. And I'm like, because I'm sitting there thinking,
And you're sitting there thinking, well,
they might have a child that they're going to try and get out. So I'm kind of like waiting a little bit to, being just a good guy, yeah? But then goes to the boot, gets the bags out, starts to walk into the shop. And do you know what's fucking mad? She went to me, no, sorry, you get in. Like, as in, like, don't wait for me to get through. And I'm like, but then I noticed she's making a beeline for the shop, no kid. So again, I'm like, hey, you realise this is parent and child parking, right? And she's like, yeah, I have children. I'm like, okay, that's great. Where are they? She's like, they're at school. At school? Well, then these spaces aren't for you right now, then are they? And like I said in my video, it's parents with children, not parents of children. It's not, oh, my kid's probably somewhere doing Key Stage 3 French, which is what I said in my video, learning how to ask politely for a fucking pineapple, or to express their preference for the discotheque. Like, it's for people that need to have the space to get small children in and out of their car. It's not, oh, I just need the extra room because my child's struggling to learn longshore drifting and geography. It's for, oh, my little child's in the car right now, I need that bit of extra room to get them in and out. And I think that's pretty cut and dry, right? That's arsehole behaviour to use them spaces when you don't need to. Apparently not, although to be fair, the overwhelming majority of comments, I picked up about 100 followers from it. It's on about 70,000 views. Most people just being like, yeah, like, dickhead behaviour, don't do it. And it's still going now, like. But the amount of people, man, who are just fucking defending it it's incredible.
Incredible.
And do you know what the worst argument is? So it's a clarification, anyone can park in them. Well, yeah, anyone can. Like, free will and autonomy exists. There's not a physical restriction on you being able to get your car there if you don't have a child in it, for now. But I think some sort of, like, AI-based taser system would help. You can. It can. But don't. Because if you do, you're a cunt. Like, it really is that simple. It really is that fucking simple, man. And the woman yesterday, she was like, oh, don't worry about it. I'm like, what do you mean? What do you mean don't worry about it? I'm not worried about it. It's just you're making a really selfish decision to do what you're doing. Because someone might really need that. I've got people in the comments saying about how they had to have like a C-section and all sorts of fucking mad shit in their pregnancy. And they've had to, like, park in a normal bay because they've seen someone else take up a parent and child bay who didn't need it. And they've got to then, like, awkwardly navigate while their abdominal muscles are just still ripped apart. And, like, it's like, no, you're just an asshole. Anyway, and I can't work out if this is fucking asinine because it makes no sense or the fucking funniest thing someone's ever said. But I was like, mate, it's just selfish. And then she went, okay, Inspector Gadget. What does that even mean? Inspector Gadget. And I had to then, because I'm neurotic, I had to explain the concept of Inspector Gadget to her to show her exactly how stupid that is as a thing to say. As a man who loves a very niche reference. I can't qualify that one. Sorry. I was like, you understand the premise of Inspector Gadget, right? He's a detective who has, like, convoluted contraptions to solve crimes. I don't remember the episode where he's, like, telling someone they're selfish to park in a parent and child bay when they don't have their children with them. And what would my gadget be in that situation? Go Gadget, stop parking like a stab the tyres. Oh, what's my intricate gadget, Go, which is probably his first name. Oh, it's actually just, it's a house key that I'm going to just carve the word into their bonnet with. Fucking Inspector Gadget. But I was like, anyway, just do better, man. Like, you're selfish and you know you are. Like, whatever. But the justification, and you know, man, people are fucking stupid, man. Because you get people the whatabouts, and some of them are so mental. And I'm like, clearly this video's not about you. Like, Oh, what about me who's got 4 autistic, heavily autistic and physically disabled children? One of them's 16, 2 of them are 2, 1 of them's 3. I'm disabled myself. He's saying I can't park there. Obviously not. Of course you can. Like, you're going to go, what if I'm heavily pregnant? Yeah, because you're a parent with a child. But then you got people being like, it's not enforceable by law. It's not the law. There are lots of things that aren't the law, but you're still a dickhead if you do them. Do you know what I mean? I don't think it's against the law to fuck your second cousin. You shouldn't. I don't think it's legally enforceable to have you not stand outside an orphanage with a boombox blasting out Sister Sledge, We Are Family. But you're still a c*** if you do it. Right? It's not the law. Do you know, fucking, let's Google things that aren't the law but are still deplorable, shall we? I'm pretty sure in a certain street in Nottingham, you can shoot a Welshman with a long bow and arrow if they're on the street past midnight. Legally. If you do it, you're still a bit of a dick. Oh, I'm just having a lovely evening, I am. Hop off. Oh. Not legally enforceable, mate, alright? Fuck off whinging. And also, by the way, here's how the world doesn't work. If someone complains about something on the internet, that doesn't mean it's their only problem in life. Do you remember, I wish my life was that cushy that my only concern was this. That's not how concerns work. It's like, oh, my child's not feeling very well. Like, for the nth degree, right? There is someone who could have been sodomized with a baseball bat by their uncle every day of their adolescent life, right? Their uncle weren't a total arsehole. He waited until they were 13, right? Maybe he didn't. But that went on for 8 years of this person's life, right? And they finally got out of their tyrannical uncle who should never have had custody of them in the first place. Their parents died horrific deaths, which is why they were there in the first place. All right, they support Tottenham Hotspur. Okay, life's bad. And then their child gets unwell and they go, oh, I'm really just worried about my child. Oh, it's all right for that to be your only issue. I wish my only issue was that my child had fucking smallpox. No, you fucking idiot. But anyway, what was I doing? I was Googling things that aren't illegal but are deplorable. What things are not illegal?
Do you know anything?
But are really wrong. I would Google, is it illegal to fuck your second cousin? But I don't want to start putting that into the algorithm. Do you know what I mean? Like, what loopholes is this guy trying to find? What's immoral but not illegal? I feel like he's going to be quite low level. Pouring water on the movie theatre seats in front of you to make sure you have a clear view. I respect that, actually, to be fair. Because is it just me? I don't go to the cinema often. Which makes it even more remarkable that my clip, like my rate for like having a fucking NBA player on holiday sat in front of me, is ridiculous. Microwaving fish in the in the work office canteen. Yeah, okay, fair. Yeah, these aren't going to be sinister enough. You get my point, though. Do you know what I mean? Oh, it's not legally enforceable. And also, like, this whole, like, why do you think you're entitled to extra space? Like, you're just on the wrong side of the argument, man. The amount of people when they're going, I'll park how I like. Yeah, fine. And I'll think you're a cunt consistently throughout you doing so. And so will many other people. Like, it's just the selfishness, man. That's what it is. It's selfishness, isn't it? And that's what I said in the video. Like, it's selfish. It's just arsehole behaviour. And you can be an arsehole, but just know that you are one. And like I said here, I hope the avocados you buy from this point forward are just entirely inedible. Because that's a fucking racket, by the way. Man, people saying that when I take my 71-year-old mother shopping, is it okay for me to park in one? She is my parent and I'm her child. And it's like, yeah, that's funny, but I know that the age is actually 12, I think. I park in them, couldn't care less. It's just a space. Like, and you're just a Like, it's really that simple. It's quite an easy thing to work out. Do you know what I mean? So most people, an overwhelming majority, are just like, yeah, man, it's shitty behaviour. But the internet is wild. The whataboutisms are impressive. They really are. But yeah, I guess, hey, man, that's like, people go, oh, not bothered, but does a 2.5-minute rant about it. That's a paradox. It's not a paradox. You overestimate the effort it takes to do a 2.5-minute video. You've obviously not seen my podcast. And you also misunderstand why I've got this account in the first place. is to generate engagement for my podcast and to express how I feel about things. Do you understand what TikTok... And do you know what as well? It's the people...
You should be getting the maximum benefits because at any...
It's the people who fucking... It's the people who remark on your appearance in that moment. I think someone said, and dentists are for everyone. Now, firstly, my teeth ain't that bad. No, they're not great. I had braces as a kid. Didn't wear my retainer. Fine. Found them uncomfortable, made me gag. Fine. Orthodontist probably like rolling in his grave. Okay, he was old as fuck then, probably dead for sure. Biggest regret? Not wearing my retainer where they've gone wonky again. It was getting burgundy and yellow elastics put in just before the Champions League final in 2006 that Arsenal then lost to Barcelona. Okay? Because then, like, I was sad and reminded every time I looked in the mirror. All right? But yeah, I didn't wear my retainers. I cut them because they were going too far down my teeth and my orthodontist was furious. Refused to give me some new ones, which I think is an overreaction. But, like, my teeth ain't that bad. But also, like, oops, not Tinder. Like, my teeth aren't that bad. They're not the whitest. One of them's fake where I got hit by a parked car. But oops, not Grindr. Whoopsie poopsie. You seem to have mistaken this TikTok account for Plenty of Fish. I'm not looking to fuck you, mate. Swipe on. Swipe right or left. Whatever it is on that. I don't know. I'm not on fucking Tinder. I'm a married man. But yeah. I have to set it into my Arsenal videos quite a lot. Let me know what you think in the comments about what I've said. Not my hairline, my nose ring, or my lisp. Which I don't have, by the way. Go Gadget. You're a fucking idiot. That's about as intelligent as I can get in my brain for. I'm getting a bit annoyed of, like, pissing out my ass, to be honest. It's just effort, man. It's just effort. And I can't sit in, like, toilet position. It really restricts what you can do in the day. Like, I'm sat here, basically, like, in toilet position. And my brain's, like, full fucking P. Diddy staring at a matey boy in America's Got Talent. Me and my colon just, like... Fucking BS, man. And do you know what? It started, like... I don't want to keep talking about shit the whole time. But my illness started... say Thursday, 2 Thursdays ago. And I knew something weren't right because my OCD, like a proper one as well, was like ridiculous. I got into this right fucking spin. Do you know what? The best way for me to demonstrate it is to just play the voice note I sent to my wife. And it's probably going to sound pathetic. I was in such a weird headspace, man. When my brain was just like, oh, this could have been ages ago. That's how long I've been ill. I'm having to scroll so far. Thoughts and prayers. I think I starred it. How do I look at them again? Come on, remember. Starred messages. Is that the one? Maybe. Right, let's give it a try.
Seeing how you doing? I'm okay. I obviously had one wild time, but you have no idea about the sort of the wider context of that one. I had convinced myself that, like,
oh no, this isn't. This is
the kind of one of.
This ain't even the fucking car park part. This was like later on in the illness, man. I was through the looking glass at this point. Get on this shit.
2 pinpoints of the toilet was the kind of one of 2 pinpoints of a nebula star formation stitch line that connected this universe with another. And I'm not exaggerating. I thought I was going to have white pupil in one eye after when I woke up in the morning, and my life was going to be slightly different and all that kind of stuff.
Woke up in the morning feeling like P. Diddy. That lyric's weird now. Convinced I was going to have a white flash pupil and my wife was going to be a different person and I wasn't going to have the same family because I sat on the Borg at 3 a.m. and my brain convinced me that something that rhymes with a.m. My brain was like... something convinced me that it would no longer be them, one more syllable than needed to be optimal. But yeah, my brain convinced me that like my toilet was one of 2 points in like this like fabric of space and time where if me and somebody else shat at the same time, we'd swap dimensions. And as a result of that travel moment, my left eye would have like flashed and fused to become like a white pupil. That's insane. And probably still less insane than the car park issue. Let's get to that now.
At the retail park, just to get out and about, and I've managed to get myself in such a loop. Just feeling like itchy all over and like just really uncomfortable, convinced that nicotine was just going to disappear. And then
I remember I was in the works and like my clothes, like, okay, and I know my neighbour's going to laugh when he watches this because he thinks I've got like tism and like labels and stuff. I felt like itchy, and if I felt like my daughter was just going to disappear. And not just like run out of the shop, as in just like cease to exist as physical matter. Like, what on earth? Social services, I'm a very diligent parent, maybe to the extreme. Okay, she's safe. I'm just an idiot. Carry on.
And I've been at the range and I've gone out the way in, realised that as I pull out, oh shit. Obviously then I'm like, oh fuck, am I going to...
This is mental, okay? And that's me saying this. I'm having to set the bar for how mental this is, considering the wider context of this podcast.
I'm going to get like done for that. So I'm then driving around trying to work out like, you know, the cameras, yeah, there are, but they just in and out. Come to the other bit of the retail park, go into the works, and I'm like, oh, they're not going to have camera of me leaving, and then I'm going to get done for being there for too long, because they're going to have me going in but not going out again. So go back out into my car, to go back there, to drive back in, to drive back out again, but then I'm like, oh, but I've just driven in again, so it's going to need me to go out again, so reverse.
What in the fucking Mr. Bean is going on? So, God, they've not seen me going out on the camera, so they're going to think I've parked longer than I should. So I'm going to go in again to go out again, so it will track me going out, but then I've gone in again, so therefore I've not gone out twice, but I've gone in twice. Honestly, at this point, just trade in my Polo for that fucking Mini that he has. Or go on the right toilet and shit and swap my daughter out for that little teddy.
Back in the wrong way, parked up for 2 seconds, went back out again. So I've left twice and entered twice.
Smart.
Go round again and go in to check the rules on the bloody bit. Then I realise, oh, it's a no return within such and such time. Like, I weren't there for long enough to constitute parking. Hopefully, normally there's like...
Because then, like, it's like, oh, don't return, innit? Instead, I'm like, oh, I've flouted that rule now. So I've gone, like, out the way in. I've gone in the way out. I've flouted the fucking no return rule. At this point, I'm sitting there thinking, can I go into the range and fashion some sort of propeller system to, like, turn my car into a fucking helicopter so I could just get out? But then it wouldn't see me leaving anyway, so that'd be defunct. I have to fly in and fly out again, then back out the inn and... Anyway...
10-15 minute grace period. Then I come back to the other place to come to park. Then I'm like, oh shit, I've just parked here, and then I've like come away and gone back again. I don't know if there's like a minimum no return thing in this side of the car park.
He's done it again, the little bastard.
That is a fucking little bastard.
I've gone into the no return because I was parked at that other place. There's like 2 car parks, and I've obviously left that to go and like amend the in-out issue. Then I had to like go park back up again because I still needed to get stuff, which is why I was there. But I've already parked the previous. Like, anyway.
So, could mean that nothing happens. Could mean that I get fined by 2 separate private car parks for going the wrong way, not leaving properly, going the wrong way twice, not...
That's bad. I followed too closely. I've run red light. I'm constantly around and speeding. Clip coming in, obviously.
Here goes. I sped. I followed too closely. I ran a stop sign. I almost hit a Chevy. I sped some more. I failed to yield at a crosswalk. I changed lanes in the intersection. I changed lanes without signaling while running a red light and speeding.
Not leaving properly, returning twice before the no return minimum had run out, and then doing the same in this other one. So that's good, isn't it? And, you know... That's the side of, like, OCD that people don't really, you know, it's not just like, oh, my books have to be, because I am really just, I don't know what fucks up with me, but I am feeling so on the edge, just prickly all over. I'm to do it, like, in 6, out 11 breathing. That's why I then went out the entranceway of the fucking car park, so I was just not present, like, yeah. Again, it's fine, I'm just driving home now, but...
All of that, right? All of that, and this is this is like, and it reminds me of a video that I might have to get to. I won't have the time. I'm gonna make time.
I don't know if we'll have enough time.
I've just gone through all of that and then gone, everything's fine. It clearly isn't fine. It's like this video here.
Boys, this is why I don't go drunk with Joey. Oh, fuck's sakes. Oh, fuck. Oh, Joey. Drop. You alright? Oh, good.
Yeah, of course.
Holy
And I'm going to try and remember now. Do you know what? Let me watch it. Let me actually watch it myself. Don't get distracted by the messages.
Concentrate, derelict. Do not be distracted by the beautiful celebrities.
Oh, that's a fucking other video as well for another day. Oh, your mum. 30s, both 30s is the fact.
Is the fact.
And still when things go wrong, I go, oh, your mum, out of instinct. When does that end? Probably never. There it is, yeah. Yeah, of course.
Oh, good. Yeah, of course.
Like, Joey, your head's on fire. Your head is on fire, Joey. Oh, shit. Oh, Joey, stop, drop and roll. Are you alright? Yeah, of course. Like, why are you asking? Your head was on fire. Like, your head and face was on fire. You were in and out of a car park multiple times trying to think if you could make some propulsion system from the fucking odds and sods from the sail part of the range. And you're like, yeah, of course. Yeah, of course. Yeah, of course I'm fine. Why are you asking? Fucking honestly, man. That video is so funny. And that just sums up men. Stupidity to start with. And then, like, when they're blatantly not okay. Okay, boys get sad too, but still fuck off with the hoodies. Okay? Just let's fucking right. We're talking about shit. We might as well carry on. Like, my daughter came into my office. Oh, God knows when now. Time has lost all meaning since the whole like nebula solar system transference I did. And she was like, "Oh, the dog's got something sticking out of his bum," and I was like, "Oh, like she's adorable. Oh, she's so cute, man." She just sort of stood there quietly because she knows when I'm in here I might be recording stuff, like, you know, doing some radio bits or whatever. I'm like, "You okay?" She's like, "Yeah, the dog's got something sticking out of his bum." And I was like, "Oh, okay. What is it?" She's like, "I don't know." So, "Do you want to show me?" She's like, "Yeah." So then I went with her. And he's got a fucking lob on, basically, is his dick. I was like, "Oh, no, that's not his bum, Bertie. That's his pee-pee." Like, and I was like, "If he stands up, it will go back away." So I made him stand up and it went back in. Because, like, and side note, and, like, just, I guess, a need. And also, by the way, one person in the TikTok comments was like, "Where are you people in real life? I swear these conversations actually only happen on the keyboard or behind the camera." Like, suggesting that I didn't have that conversation with the person. I didn't include in the video, but I was like, if you want some erroneous detail to flesh out the story, the second person called me Inspector Gadget. So, why'd I add that really pointless bit of fucking detail if it didn't happen? And also, what a shit lie. Who wins in that? The person still parked how they liked. I got called Inspector Gadget. I'm confused by that. And I don't think that's just brain fog. They're playing like 4D chess with that shit, man. People are saying you should phone the police and say someone's left a child in their car. I was like, okay, yeah. I'd rather just piss and moan. I can impotent jerk and take it up the tailpipe.
So what I'm gonna do is piss and moan like an impotent jerk and then bend over and take it up the tailpipe.
But yeah, like, huh? What? Ah, yeah, I can't remember what I was talking about now. That's good. Okay, we can get there. My dog's gay. Turn the freaking frogs gay.
I don't like them putting chemicals in the water that turn the freaking frogs gay. Do you understand that? Turn the freaking frogs gay. Serious crap.
Like, my dog's definitely gay, and that's fine. Okay? But, like, he never had any interest at all. Like, he's been done now because we couldn't get him into it. No, like, it's so hard to find a place that will board a Staffordshire Bull Terrier. And it's bullshit because he's the biggest, softest idiot. Like, wouldn't say boo to a goose. Gives it a bit sometimes, but, like, he's a pussy. But, like, there's places that just will not board Staffies. And we found a place that was really cool when we were on holiday. It does, like, an a la carte menu. They get their own rooms. Like, hey, fuck it, the spoiled little bastard. But they won't take them on if they're not done, basically. And you want to kind of go, like, again, this is where we're beyond common sense. I should be able to go, look, mate, like, he's gay, man. He's not going to fuck any dogs. Like, because when he was intact, and he was for years, fully into adulthood, like, because some people get their dogs done for, like, to sort out behaviour issues when they're a puppy. It's like, that's not going to sort behaviour issues. It's going to stop them growing up. Like, it might calm them down, maybe. I don't think it does. Like I said, it mitigates the whole testosterone bit where it's like, ugh. But, like, yeah, we waited until he was, like, fully adult, like, you know. And we only did it then, I say, because we had to put him in some boarding for a little while. And, because I could have studded him, man. Somehow that fucking dickhead would actually be, like, really, like, financially viable as a stud dog. I mean, he's a fucking idiot. So, again, that's where the system would benefit me. Whereas, like, we go off just pure fucking data and computers as opposed to anecdote. Because he's a moron. But, yeah, he, like, definitely gay. Because he'd be around, like, when he's completely, like, intact. And he'd be out and about. And, like, people are like, oh, just be, like, my dog's, like, you know, in heat. And I'm like, oh, okay. Just he's not bothered. There's only one thing I've seen him just hell-bent on fucking, and that's my mate Ben. And I don't know if he watches, but I'm going to find out, aren't I? I've never known anything like it. He was never a humper. I never really humped teddies. Sometimes when he was, like a teenager and you're playing with him, sometimes you're kind of like trying to latch onto your arm a little bit and get a bit like where he's, trying to work himself out. But he's never been a humper. Like, I don't think he actually ever achieved an orgasm in his life. And I saw a video the other day, oh my God, of a dog that jizzed on its owner's face when they're tickling its belly and it just like pops and oh my God. How can you live with that dog from that point on? Do you know what I mean? Knowing that dog is like jizzed on your face. Knowing that dog has basically been Johnny Sins to your Angela White, who I am led to believe a porn star. Don't know, don't watch it. Okay? But how would you live with that? But yeah, I don't think he's ever actually, like, he's never been a humper, but like, my mate Ben came round one time. It might have been for my birthday when I was like just turning the fact.
I'm only just 30.
And he just would not stop trying to fuck him. So he's got a very specific sexuality. I don't know where to fit in on the LGBTQ+, but there's got to be one for like WTFB, wants to fuck Ben. EWTFB, exclusively wants to fuck Ben. I don't know what colour would be manifested as that, but we can negotiate. But yeah, it was lipstick, not poo, basically. And yeah, and then finally on shit, do you see John Terry did a video? I'm going to do a video on TikTok about this when the heat dies down from my current controversial take. He's like walking with someone who I presume is somebody else's wife. And he's like, I don't understand how, like, when I see people like holding bags of dog shit, like, I just don't get it. Like, how long have you held it for? Like, why are you holding it still? And then he's like, the woman's loving it. And I'm like, I'm sitting there thinking, but John, what's the fucking alternative, man? Because like he accepts, like, he's like, I get you got to like pick up after your dog. Yeah, but once you've done that, mate, you're kind of at the mercy of town planning from that point. Like, my dog doesn't really conveniently shit when there's a bin right nearby sometimes. And once you picked it up, it's like, I guess, how long am I going to hold it for? How long I haven't been holding it? Well, since he did it, and I guess as long as it takes me to find the bin. What's the, like I said, do I mistrunchable the bag into a fucking nearby garden? Do I be like, oh, it's been 3.5 minutes and no bin, and I guess I'm a bit peggish, fucking, do I shove the shit back up my dog? I'd like that, wouldn't he, if Ben did it? But, and then the woman's just like, yeah, but to be fair, though, babes, anyone that knows you will know you're a bit like, I don't know what accent I'm giving her here. Anyone that knows you will know, like, you're a bit weird with cleanliness. And it's like, no, we're not getting our kicks from it, although I think that is a thing, shit play. People like sneak into farms and like go into like the shit silos and and stuff. It's fucking disgusting. What's wrong with people? But I'll tell you what, make an issue about me saying you shouldn't park in parent and child base. That's where you really should focus your attention. Not people fucking getting themselves off in muck. Who else has seen this filth? You've not even got a computer. Who's printed that off for her? But like, it's not about cleanliness. We're not getting the bag and then like fucking, putting the fucking nuggets in like we're at a farmer's market. My wife says I say nuggets weird. I maintain I say it correctly. Nuggets. I also say London dungeons weird, apparently. Dungeons. She says it's dungeon. Dungeons. Alright? I also say door. And bedroom. Okay? Just who I am. Don't judge me. I'm very intelligent. That's true. My vocabulary is excellent. My enunciation lets it down. Sometimes. But anyway, it's a weird thing. That's such a like footballer who could probably pay for someone to just follow him on dog walks and pick up his dog shit for him. Like a take to have, isn't it? Like, what are you holding it still for? You'll kick yourself. I haven't found a bin yet. It's not like, oh, there's a bin there, but it doesn't feel right for this shit. Like I'm the fucking Cilla Black of pairing up dog shits with their suitable receptacle. Honestly. Obviously, Abu Dhabi kicked him harder in the head than we first thought. Right, I'm going to wrap it in a sec. I'm going to do Facebook memories. The unacceptable's obvious, right? The Megan is parking in parent-child bays when you don't have a child with you. But yeah, I'm going to do my memories. We'll go into my Facebook memories. And judge myself accordingly. There might have been some spotted drama and stuff. Again, I'm conscious of time because I've got to sit in toilet position, which is basically any position it seems at the minute, in order to edit this. And, I'm sitting there thinking, here we go then. Oh, my head was on Mars when this happened. Because I'm a div, I have £100 in PS Wallet funds going wanting. A year of PS Extra subscription. I paid £82 for it. Holler if you want or need it. I'll do 80 quid because I'm a good guy. And it's because I bought it from fucking CD Keys and it took ages and I got impatient. So I bought another one thinking it hadn't gone through. And then they both came through and then I couldn't refund them. And fuck me, no one bought it in the end. I think I just saved it in my wallet and then used it the next time. But it was in a time where like money was toy. Oh, what, like all the time? And I was like, oh, I could really fucking do about that. And then I've had to add to the story. I don't know what. Weren't that pissed off when it happened actually? So with Pinocchio. PS equals PlayStation for those brackets Vickers who don't know. You fucking div. 3 years ago, some feedback for the radio show when I did the breakfast show. Whatever it is worked. Guessing there's some technical issues. Chap is good on air, so hearing him properly now has put a smile on the face of a tired and sore, grumpy engineer. Well, there you go. Who would have thought my target demographic is like geezers called Clive? Not me. 4 years ago today, this random assortment of body parts is my daughter, asterisk, in the photo before you all start. It's just a little... Oh, so we found out she was going to be a girl. Like, properly, because we paid for a private scan to find out early. And that was when the woman was like, you're going to have a boy. And, like, my wife, you could see, was like, she's already got Bill and Ben, man. And, like, I wanted a little girl as well. I know she wanted one. I just felt like I'd like one as well. So it was a bit of like and then she went, hang on, actually, maybe. Oh, no, hold that. I think it's a girl. And then she's looking again. And it's like, why is this a service if you're just guessing? We can do that. And then I remember, like, we were obsessively looking at this scan they showed us. Because if it's a girl, it's apparently 3 lines. I can't now sit and work out what correlates to what of the vagina.
Vagina.
But then for a boy, it's just blatantly more like a little, like, chode, essentially. And, like, you're looking at going, at what point is this inappropriate for us to be looking quite so intently at the genitals of a baby? But yeah, and then it, you found out on the 20 week that it's a girl, and yeah. I mean, she kind of said, no, I'm going girl. She stuck on girl eventually, but once they've kind of had a bit of a, oh, well, actually, it's like, well, this is fucking, there's no validity to this now. Like, you've kind of, how much was this again? You paid 80 quid, fucking hell, probably should have just took a second. Yeah, probably. 7 years ago in the studio. 8 years ago, en route to Pompey to play up with Matt Bragg. Nylon, I think we were doing fucking Professor Frink impressions on the way home. On the way there, rather. Nylon! So silly. Silly business. So proud of my girl for making the front page of the MK Citizen, and the headline was ho, ho, ho. Alright. DJing, punk after party. 9 years ago today, get ready. Tax-dodging multimillionaires are on their way to get poor people to give what you can to Comic Relief, Pudsey, whichever, the children in need, whatever the fuck. Yeah, that's one that always... I've spoken about it recently, man. When I'm in Poundland and they want a charitable donation, it's like, motherfucker, I'm shopping in Poundland. Do you think I have expendable income right now? And you got celebrities being like, this is horrible. Do what you can. Give what you can. I tell you what, you give a quid on my behalf, Gary. Barlow, that is. But probably other Garys too. Lineker. Barlow. The snail from SpongeBob. Sessions. 9 years ago, honestly, the world couldn't fuck off far enough. Funding for the royal family almost doubled for the next 10 years to fund urgent renovation of Buckingham Palace. We're not going to go there, man. The idea of a royal family is an anachronism that we do not need. An unelected family of people who get to live in complete comfort for no other reason than they won the vagina lottery is sickening in the current climate of things. Okay? And it's that simple. Are they bringing money through tourism? No, people don't come to see the royal family. They come here for all the other things we have, like stabbings and stuff. And they'll pop along and have a look because they're in the area.
We'll have a look.
If you were to knock down Buckingham Palace and build a to-scale Hogwarts, that would make more money than some old fuckers who just wave their sausage fingers at random crowds. Okay? It's not needed anymore. They don't do anything for us. Oh, they do a lot of work for charity. Well, rather than giving the money to renovate their palace, just give that to the charity. And then Gary Barlow can fuck off as well. It's win-win. I don't even dislike Gary Barlow, to be honest. He seems like a nice enough guy. But he's the name I've used and I'm sticking with it. But yeah. I remember in COVID when they were like talking about the need to like tighten the belts and stuff while sat on a literal chair made of gold. Get fucked. Okay? 10 years ago, what a nice day for... it's just lyrics. My God, you're deep. But fuck off with that photo. I can't... Can I post it? They're quite ambiguous in it. The internet turned off for like I think Butch unplugged the telly and the internet weren't working, and then before you know it, two of the other lads in the house are essentially forming a clothed 69 on each other. Clothed-ish, because there's definite H on display there. Nicholas Benter says he'd like to join Madrid or Barcelona in the January transfer window. Okay. 17 years ago today is thinking someone is a cock. Like the lottery says, it could be you. Like the vagina lottery, which, you know, it could be you. It could be you that lives complete comfort and have to do fuck all for it. Or you could be plunged into a family who have to make the difficult decision of whether to clothe, feed, or heat the house you live in. I guess it's just up to chance. Fucking nonsense, man. Anyway, oh, they're biddy bad boy. Lions Marlows, bruv. The label's not great if you're dyslexic, because they've abbreviated coconut to be CNUT. A dyslexic person walking in pound and being like, Lions Delights. I'll give them a shot. I'll give Lions Delights a shot.
All right, I'll give it another shot.
Get then, I'm not fucking donating to charity. Get fucked. Right, anyway, cool. I don't know why I click and do that, but it's become a thing now and I can't help it. My wife finds it really funny. Yeah, like, share, subscribe. Hit me up on TikTok, baby, because it's soaring up in this bitch. Yeah, don't park in parent-child bays if you don't have a child with you. I mean, you can. Again, there's nothing actually stopping you, but you are a cunt. Okay? Cool, I'm probably going to go and have a little piss out my arse if nobody minds. Usual shit. Shut up then. Will your mouth still remember the taste of these nuts white?